Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just put the Uno counterbalance full shoulder rig here, and I could fill up our counterbalance back there with whatever was appropriate in terms of weight. And I'm just going to kip. Again, the nice thing about having kip handles is I can go ahead and adjust them. Pull this out and tighten, and then get it out of the way. This is completely configurable. Right now I've got the kip essentially in a place I don't really want it. But in this case, you can see what I have now is I have a counterbalanced Cyclops with Medusa and Proteus. The follow focus, so, or Duris, sorry. I'm losing track of our own names. It's embarrassing. So there you go. There's a fully counterbalanced rig based on, in this case, Cyclops. And we do have the option here. You can see this height's not quite where it should be. Notice here that the viewfinder is not really, I mean, I'm basically talking into it instead of looking into it. The great thing about our shoulder kits, though, is that they have this option here to both adjust the offset and also the height. So I could fine-tune any of these components to get the unit higher or lower, depending on my shooting style. So there you go. That is Cyclops as I never expected it to look. But this is a great example of just how modular our equipment tends to be. So there you go. I hope you enjoy that. Not just a viewfinder. It's, I don't know, it's a lot of other things too. So I know some of you were watching the Cyclops piece probably thinking, you know, Cinovate didn't put enough into the base plate. There's not enough options because there's only 4 or 5, and who knows how many you'll come up with. But we came up with yet another one that we think is going to be really important. In this configuration here, we have the Canon 5D. If I was to put the optional battery, the extra battery on here, actually it would be oriented this way. It does make the camera taller and it does make it fatter, but we've accounted for that in the design of the Cyclops. So if you did want to go with the alternate, which would be the Uno type mount, this is a single rail mount, and you can see the viewfinder is now completely independent of the camera. There's no sled under the camera. It's now on its own ball system, and it can be oriented in any orientation, which means that if you were using, say, a high definition video camera and you wanted a viewfinder, well, because of this adjustability, you can also hang this from the top of the camera, but we can take this right off, and this bracket will allow you to do just about anything in terms of orientation. And it's still, we still have the height adjustment here, but what we've done is run one of our urethane ball systems into the bottom of the viewfinder, which, surprise, surprise, is compatible with them. So in the case of this Nikon D3S, which is a very tall camera, one of the sort of side benefits of having this here is that A, I can remove the camera very quickly. The viewfinder is not part of the camera at all. And if I turn this way, you'll see the white balance, quality, and ISO buttons and LCD screen is not obstructed by the viewfinder. So I can still get in here and use it, the camera completely, in this case with our core. And if I want to get everything off of here, I can just loosen this again, slide this out of the way, and using our new quick release system, I can pretty much pop the camera right off, and here we're ready to go in single shot mode. Or if we're doing video in a very tight spot, that gives you the bare camera. And again, to put everything back into full cinema mode, it's pretty much a quick release, a slide up and forward, and what you have now is an independently adjustable viewfinder. So there you go, Cyclops and Uno mixed together in the single mount configuration, and that will be an option available for purchase on our website. So there you go. We have now covered Cyclops in, I believe, 5 different configurations. We've shown how a basic viewfinder can be the start of a full DSLR rig if required, or whether it can just be an add-on viewfinder to a 15mm rail system. Virtually any system and any camera on the planet we're able to accommodate. The important thing about Cyclops is that I still, either configuration, I do get a 72mm macro, very high quality macro that I can put in front of the lens if I want to. And I have a lot of options in terms of how I can mount this. So if you were to purchase the Uno combination and you wanted to use the sled combination that we had here, then no problem, because they're all fully compatible. So essentially everything works with everything from the Cinovate line, and I can imagine there really are very few limits at this point in terms of what you can do with your rig. So hope you enjoyed that. Cyclops has been a long time in coming. We've spent a lot of time on building what we think is the sharpest and certainly in terms of the optic, the largest viewfinder accessory, if you like, on the planet. So there you go. Enjoy, and we hope you enjoyed the Cyclops section of Cinnovate's Video University.